These people in Rio, lucky enough to have tickets for the Olympic Park, have come to see their heroes in the Olympics. Fast, strong, fit, young? Not necessarily. Michael Phelps is over 30, isn't he? And he's one of the two superstars of the Games, along with Usain Bolt, who turns 30, which is old for an athlete, on the last day of these Games. And across the 28 sports, age is no barrier to competing in the Olympics. In swimming, Phelps took all the headlines, of course, but what about Anthony Irvine, 35 years old, the oldest to win individual gold in an Olympics. He did it here in Rio. 16 years ago, as a teenager, he'd won gold in Sydney. So gymnastics is a sport for the young. Tell that to Oksana Chusovitin from Uzbekistan. She has competed in every Olympics since Barcelona 1992. She was in Rio, she made a final, she's still going. 43-year-old cyclist Kristen Armstrong won a historic third consecutive Olympic gold. And it was great at the finishing line because it's so important to her being a mum. And her 4-year-old boy said, "Mum, why are you crying? You won." Why are Olympians lasting longer? Well, we put it to a professor of sports medicine.
I think, if we go back to the sports science element and the understanding of the physicality of these sports, we can fine-tune it. And so therefore we can prolong the athlete's career. For me, being a 30-year-old athlete now is not an old athlete. Being a 40-year-old athlete is now a veteran. So before, it used to be if you're in your late 20s and early 30s, you're in the twilight of your career. That boundary has now been shifted a whole decade. We know that is the case. So there's many, many good sprint athletes, endurance athletes, many professional rugby players in their mid-30s, for example. We know the physicality of it. The thing, what happens is when you get older is you don't recover so well. So if you can get that recovery right, get your training prescription correct for the appropriate recovery, you can actually prolong your career.
Well, the events in which the most mature Olympians can thrive come on horseback. 62-year-old rider Julie Broem of New Zealand is the oldest competitor in these Rio Games. It's actually her first Olympics, but it doesn't necessarily have to be her last, because in London 4 years ago, Hiroshi Hiketsu from Japan competed at the age of 71. I think we can all agree he deserves a medal for that.